Hello. Hello, everyone. Thank you, CrossX, for the follow. Sorry, I was gone while you followed. My bad. Hello, Ark. Hello, Dorfimi. Hello, Wolfie. Oh, Fireliner begged for VIP, by the way. I gave it for this stream. Begged for VIP. How are we doing, everyone? God. Bro texted like 3 times about it. Please give me VIP. Brother privileges. I mean, I'm not against giving it. It was just funny. How are we doing? How are we doing, everyone? Alright. Big stream day. I'm not sure how long stream is going to go today. It's how long it needs to be. It could go an hour. It could go 4 hours. I really have no idea. But first, we're going to stall. First, we gotta stall before we get into anything else. Playing the fake collab right now. Nice. Lots of stuff to cover. Well, it's just one big thing. I am streaming again tomorrow, by the way, for V3 for 2.5. So I'm okay with. Oh wait, did we get Brutal today? No. I'm okay with today being a bit shorter if it is shorter, just because I'm gonna be live tomorrow. But who knows? I don't know. Don Hunt? Nope. Oh wait, it's not Hunt. I thought for some reason I thought it was Hunt. My bad. Okay, wait, I have to lock in. I can't be talking to chat. I have to fucking lock in. Who's in between 1.0 and 2.2? Let's just go Argenti. No, it's not physical. Kafka? Kafka. Okay. Above 1.2, not Nahildi. Is it like Ron May? Could be Ron May. There's a bit of luck involved with this. Okay. Wow. Okay, above 1.6, below 2.2. So it's not Black Swan because it's not Wind. It could be. It's not Sparkle because it's not Harmony. It's not Misha because it's not Ice. It's not Acheron. Okay, so it's Aventurine. No, wait. Didn't. Who else came out in 2.1? It was Aventurine, Acheron, and Gallagher? Or was Gallagher 2.2? I think it's Aventurine. Fuck, it was Gallagher. Okay, at least I knew. Fuck, okay. Damn. Okay, yeah, that was just because I threw here. At least I knew. Oh, that's a bad feeling, though. That's a bad feeling. Ah. That's the first time I've lost in so long. Ah. Perhaps there will come a day where you willingly share your memories. Okay. I swear, the quotes have been so easy. The last, like, 5 streams. I've gotten it, like, without even reading the whole thing. Okay. It's an ice character. Is it March? Okay. Easy. Okay. Oh, is it March? No, okay. Hospital? Who's an ice healer? Who the fuck is an ice healer? Wait, am I stupid? Ice Abundance. Okay, Lynx should be it. No. Bailu, no. Natasha, no. Am I stupid? There's no Ice Abundance character. What? Okay, who's like in like Jiaoshu's like healing clan? I don't fucking know. Is it like it's not Lingsha? Maybe it's Lynx. What the? Okay, that tells me nothing. Is it? Okay, who's Ice? I have no fucking clue. Oh, it's Misha. Oh, wait. Oh, it's Hotel. Okay, I got it. Don't worry, chat. I'm not throwing. Oh, yesterday was Ellen? Okay, it's Soul Janby. Electric? That guy? It's Horomasa. No. Oh, I just chose 2 attack agents. Oh, it's fucking, what's your name? Yanagi. Yeah, okay, easy. Okay, easy. 1, 2, 3, no. Fuck. Okay, 6. Not bad. Alright. Minimal stalling out of the way. Boom! Tier list time. This is the only thing we're doing today. We're covering tier list. Hooray! So I did a stream, I think it was during Castris Banner. It was during 3.2. I'm not sure if it was during Castris or Inoxa. where I updated my 3.0 tier list. I haven't made a video about a tier list update since 3.0. So this is what the tier list looked like in 3.2. So today I wanna update it. There's a lot of stuff to go through, and also add every new character. I don't think I'll add Hysolins and Sarydra yet. Probably not. But we can talk about them. As for, YouTube chat is asking for criteria. Let me also update YouTube chat. I have a little document that I wrote last night. So this is the first criteria I ever made. Like, this was like the criteria I used in my first ever video, and I haven't really swayed too much past it, or off of it, since, like, for every other time I've talked about tier list stuff. So the main idea is, we're not doing Pride Win stuff where we're assuming E0 S0 or assuming E0 S1. It's more about how much investment does it take to get started with the unit, and how much is that investment worth it, basically. So if there's good vertical investment, then that's considered. Or if the unit is overly weighed with the vertical investment, then that's a negative. So we'll see. Also hi chat. So yeah, we'll see. So I might make this into a YouTube video. Can everyone say hi YouTube in the chat? I'll update YouTube chat for this. This might be a video. It might be a video. Or I'm just gonna take what decisions we make today and then turn that into a script, and I'll make a video off that. So you might be on YouTube right now. Wow! Holy shit! Maybe. We'll see. Last time I tried to turn a YouTube video from a stream, I tried to do, I think, poll priority when Tribby came out. Did not go well, and I didn't make the video. So hopefully I've improved in the last 4 months. Alright. So we have unit buffs to go through, changes that I would make since 3.2, and the new units. What order do we want to do? Do we just want to go top to bottom and then add the new units? I think that makes sense. Yeah. I think we talked for like an hour about this last time, but there's a lot of stuff to go through. Yeah, let's go from top to bottom. Well, okay, maybe we go from bottom to top just because there's a lot of really easy stuff to do at the bottom. Like, can I just fucking do this? Can I just, please, like, has power creep gone to the point where I can just say that and then that, like, is that justifiable? Like, Yukong is only here because of Finon, and even then she doesn't deserve it. Natasha is here because maybe you only have her and Gallagher Gallagher's on one team, even though Lynx is also free. I don't know. Maybe they're physical weak APOC fight. I don't know. And then March has some uses. Maybe. If you really want to. Oh god. Are we gonna have Sushang Discourse Part 2? We talked about this last time. Look. I'll say the same thing I said last time. If you can show me a low-cost, good clear with Sushang, like not like fucking 10 cost, with current MOC is good for her. If you can show me it, I'll shut up. I'll do this. I'll do this. Okay? There is? Okay. If I'll trust you on that. I'll trust you on that. I'm not gonna watch it on stream. We can put it back. Also, since 3.0, we've renamed this to Close to Competence instead of whatever the fuck it was before. I forget what it was. I made like 10 videos with this tier list. I forget what the names used to be. Hello, Joe. Also, yeah, I modded Boba. I don't know if Boba's here, but I did mod them this time. Is Break still meta? We'll get to that. So I feel like last time I was pretty generous about a lot of the middling carries. I upped a lot of them from awkward but usable to close to competence. I'm not sure if I stay with that opinion. I feel like characters like Dill are very much awkward but usable. I wouldn't call E0 S1 Dill like close to competent. Like, does that make sense? I don't know. I feel like the bar has just gone so much higher, and I feel like a lot of other carries have gotten new tools to use, while Dill has just gotten basically nothing. I can't really think of anything he's gotten. So there's not much wrong with him. It's just rising tides. Power creep just makes older carries that don't get new tools worse. So I feel like I should do this. And I feel like we just like put Shui back up. I feel like she deserves to be down here too. Maybe even Clara. Maybe Seele stays. The Seele mains are a ferocious bunch. I feel like if I put Seele lower, I will be murdered in my sleep. Also, I think this is obvious. Ratio down. I think that's obvious. I think I said that in the last tier list. Like in 3 patches, he's gonna be down, and now it's been like 4 patches. I think he deserves to be down. I don't think he deserves to be in the same tier as Argenti. Move Susheng to the meta tier because she's best girl and also in Honkai Impact 3rd. Well, that's like half the characters here. What the fuck do you mean? Yeah, I feel like these are pretty easy changes to make. Like sustainless Seele, if you have enough investment on her supports, or if you're just a god at the game and can one-cost clear, she can clear a lot of content. She has an incredibly high skill ceiling, and that makes me not want to put her lower. Because you can do stuff with her, it's just very difficult. I'm not really sure how much I'm weighing skill expression in this tier list. I feel like Seele is like the only unit where that really matters, of like where she goes heavily depends on how good you are with her and how much you can support her. Whereas with most units, it's like even if you don't play them well, they're still going to perform at least somewhat, you know? So I think she's probably top 5 units I don't know where to really put. I feel like here makes sense. Maybe a bit higher. And we'll talk about the buffed units in a bit. Yeah, and yeah, that's the reason why she avoided the buffs. Yeah, true. I don't know. It's just really hard to talk about it. Like, I generally avoid talking about Seele because I feel like tensions around her are very high. And like, I don't know. Personal take, Susheng is better than Seele? I disagree. I mean, yeah, personal take. I'm not gonna tell you you're wrong, but I would disagree. Maybe there's a Susheng clear out there that I just haven't seen for against the current Hule. I don't know. I haven't seen anything. Alright. I guess since all of the buffed units are in close to competence, we can't just talk about them now before we get to the other tiers. What do we think about the buffs? Well, okay, besides also the buffs, there's also Blade getting High Scene and High Scene S1 since the last tier list. So he probably would have gone up even without the buffs. I don't think any of them go into meta tier. I think all of them go up to generally very strong. Maybe, I guess Silver Wolf can go into the meta tier. We're changing a lot of stuff around, so it's hard to say like who they're next to when the people I'm placing them next to will also be moved by the time we're done with this. So like this initial stage is a bit wishy-washy. But I think, yeah, like all of them are like above Firefly. I think that's pretty fair. And then she's like, at least here. This is like tentative. I'm gonna move her more. But like just feeling it out, I feel like they're all like here. The problem I have with Dot, and I'll also say this is almost basically the same thing with Break, is that a lot of their investment is very specific to them. And it's not as universal as generalized supports that work with general hypercarries. Like, I think Dot is strong if you invest into it, even without Heislands, but investing into it usually doesn't make much sense for, like, getting the most bang for your buck. Because, like, if you invest in, like, Saber's best team, you're like, oh, I want to build Saber's best team, let me pull Sunday, then you'll have that, and you'll also have a fucking Sunday on your account that you can use on 5,000 other teams. But if you want to do the same with Kafka, and you're like, oh, I want to build Kafka, let me use Black Swan. Black Swan isn't doing anything else on your account. So it's harder to say, like, if we go back to the criteria, it's like, I can't say, like, they're as worth it to go for. Which makes it really hard to rate them. Because I think they perform well from what I've seen with the Kafka buffs, and they'll go even higher with Heislands. But I don't know if I would put them in meta tier. Yeah, you can only use Dot with Dot, and the same thing kind of goes for Break. Mainly just with a Fugue, though, which we will talk about. And yeah, Blade and Jingliu... Wait, where did I put Blade? Oh, he's still down there. Shit. Blade and Jingliu are in a weird spot where they have a much higher ceiling now, but they're also much more dependent on specialized supports. Mostly Hyacinth S1. I really hate that my Hyacinth coverage got super outdated super quickly because I put Jingliu in, like, like mid tier with Hyacinth teammate tier list because her buffs weren't out yet. But now it's like they're like Jingyuan tier of just like if you don't have the supports, then they kind of suck. Well, not that they suck, but their buffs are greatly diminished. Move Gallagher, the GOAT, top of meta tier. I do think I'm moving him up. Does this feel fine though? I don't know. I feel like it's also hard to judge stuff with the current MOC. Oh, thank you, Bluegrass Demon, for the follow. Just because, like, for example, I find it hard to really see where Yunli is in the meta right now because she's really good in this MOC against Hule. Like, whenever Hule's in the meta, she's fucking, like, here. But, like, I don't know. This is where we placed her last time. She was in meta tier in my 3.0 tier list, and I moved her down, and I think that's still relatively deserved. I think I'll keep stuff like this for now. We've done a small pass up to the top. Now we talk about the top. Also, I have to update YouTube chat a lot today. I don't know why. It's not keeping updated when I move past it. Thank you, Cowbean, for the follow. Okay, so here's one of the main things I want to talk about. Let's see if I can I zoom in and like have it stay on screen? Not really. Okay, no. That's what it was before. Okay. I want to talk about the top three. Tier list looks good. Could probably merge third and fourth. But okay, we haven't touched a lot. Thank you, Solar Flare for the follow. I think top three is indisputably these three units. I think if you think anyone else is in the top three besides these three of Trippy, Rob, and Sunday, I think you're trolling. But I think where you place these three within each other is highly subjective. I don't think there's really a correct answer. This is where we had it in 3.2, and I think this is still a fair listing. I would say this is probably the most like common answer you would probably see, although maybe also people would do this. My bias. Oh yeah, we'll also move RMC up for sure. Let me just talk about this first. Yeah, we can just fucking do this. Yeah, why not? My bias is I think it's this. I think most of chat will disagree with me, and I don't know how correct it is, but I feel like every single fucking teammate tier list I talk about, Sunday is always like one of the first two units that I talk about, and he's always S tier. Tribby and Robin also share that a little bit. I don't know. Here's my thinking. I was ruminating on this yesterday to have some coherent thoughts to have on stream. Oh, did I say thank you, Durays for the follow. My basic thinking is usually when you have a generic hypercarry comp, like let's say like Anoxa for example, or Saber, the third team slot for damage amping is usually pretty interchangeable between RMC, Tribby, Robin, even Cypher, Ranmei, stuff like that. And your performance isn't going to vary that much unless the stuff is hyper optimized to where you need certain mechanics to clear. I don't think that's true with Sunday. I feel like for a lot of teams, replacing Sunday is a lot harder of a hit than replacing Tribby with someone like RMC. Most of the time. Obviously, there's exceptions to that. I don't know. I mean, it's hard to really say because these are like I'm not trying to downplay any of them because they're all top three, but I feel like Sunday is more indispensable in most of the Amphories characters teams. Also, thank you, Voidicis Owl and Blued K for the follow. Like, okay, let's just go down the fucking list. Anoxa, I think Sunday is more important than individually Trivia or Robin. I think, in my opinion. And what I mean by that isn't that these two aren't important for him, because they're obviously either best in slot, depending on the fight, mostly. But I think they're more interchangeable and harder to replace, or easier to replace. That's my thinking of it, even if replacing them is a loss. I think that's true for Anoxa, I think that's true for Maide, I think that's obviously true for Aglaya, I think it's true for Saber. Castros and the Herd are the real exceptions for this, where I think Tribby is easily the top. Also, let me just do this. We'll talk more about that later, let me just do that now. Thank you, Alien, for the follow. I think Sunday's reliance on the SIG makes him go below Tribby. That's fair. But then we also have to go into like how much worth you get out of DDD with Tribi and how hard it is to really guarantee that you have good DDD on your account. Because DDD is like rarer than a 5-star depending on what banners you pull for. I have good DDD on my account, so I don't feel that. But I feel like, I don't know. It like relying on DDD for like half of Tribi's value if you don't have a SIG is kind of hard. That's not true for some teams. Like that's not true for Archer teams. You don't really need DDD for Archer with Tribi. But I don't know. Robin's the best in that case because she has her event weapon. I feel like she's and Bronya's SIG. Like Robin feels like the best out of the three of them for like easy to access, really good icons. And I don't think her I don't think her signature is that necessary to make it work. 100% more people have DDD over Sunny's Lycon. I mean that's true, but also with that, I think there's more competition for DDD. Or also a lot of her replacements can also use DDD pretty well. Like if you use Tribi on something like a Saber team. I don't know. I feel like my opinion is this, but I don't want to make that the tier list. I feel like, because what happens every time I do the tier list updates on my channel is that like, I put my idea out there, people tell me I'm wrong, and then I can't update my opinion for like 5 months because I've only ever done 2 updates. So I don't want to have a hot take that most people will disagree with in the video. So, I don't know. Why is Luca so low? I can put him higher. Is he shoot? I can see him as Susheng tier. Okay, we'll talk about that later. Thank you, DJ Saycoast, for the follow. Or Shaw Ghost. I don't know how to say that. As someone who used Dot regularly, can Sambo go up 1 tier? Alright, we can talk about Dot, I guess. I don't know how... Okay, from what I said in my 3.5 video, I'll say that I'm not an expert on Dot at all. Is triple dot worth it right now? I know triple dot's a thing with Heiselins. Is it a thing with Kafka Black Swan, or do you just use Ron May? Because that's like the only scenario I would ever see any of these 3 are used. It's not worth it at all? Yeah, so I wouldn't say to move them up then. I'm trusting chat on that, but that, yeah, I don't know. like when would you use them? Like, I've seen Sampo being used, like, if the APOC turbulence buff is like super good for Dot. Like I've seen him I think the last APOC rotation had a good one for the Cocolia fight, and Sempo had some decent clues there, but like besides that, quad Dot and Pure Fiction, that's true. I guess. But I feel like at that point that's diminishing returns and you just used Ron May or Robin or Cypher. Luca's physical Dot based on the enemy's HP. Yeah, I've seen a bunch of good Luca clears, but I feel like I guess I guess that means that they can go into a lot of work. I'm usually pretty stingy on what a reason to use is for a character to get them out of this tier. Like it took me a lot to get these 2 units out of the bottom tier. So I guess. Should I just put Gwenhyphen down with them? I don't think there's much of a gap with Gwenhyphen here. Like, does anyone use Gwenhyphen with Acheron anymore? Is that even a thing? Is that like... Are we saying that that's a thing? Am I pretending that that's a thing? Also, let's put Hanya up for Archer, but not much. Ares of Ants. Ben Yulin. Thank you for the follow. Luca's just F2P boot hill? Yeah. I mean, another thing that I used to say a lot with my tier list updates is that I don't want it to be just reflective of the current endgame rotation. I think that's what Pridewind does, and I think that's a big difference between me and them. Not like something I do better, it's just a different way that we look at things. But like, for example, the reason why I've been kind of kind to units like Boothill, besides personal bias, is just because I don't want to knock them too hard for being single target when, you know, in 3.0, 3.1, 3.2, we were definitely in an AoE meta that didn't favor them at all. Now it's kind of more even. But, so... Like, for example, if I were to go off of what Pridewind does, I would, again, put Youngli up here because she's super good right now. But, like, how long is that going to last? I don't know. Or, like, if I did this tier list during the last APOC, fucking Sampo would be here. But that APOC's over, and so he's back down here. Thank you, Nick Jays666 for the follow, and Quantum Baby for the follow. Oh! the mandated Helios 10 gifted subs. Thank you so much. Yet again. I feel bad if I'm streaming more often. Does that mean that you gift more? Thank you so much. for those of you who are new to the more recent streams, Helios has gifted 10 subs. I think for the last 4 streams, 3, something like that. Make sure to say thank you to Helios. I texted Helios before stream started that I am allowing Helios to cut the queue for next time we do account reviews, 100%. Because yeah, the support has been insane from you. So thank you so much. I talked about this last time. I don't know how to respond to generosity like that on stream. Like, I'm really bad at putting it into words, so I can't really say much besides just thank you. But thank you so much. It means a lot to me. Thank you, Voltrate, for the follow as well. Yeah, also, we have custom bag badges for subs. So all of you that just got gifted, enjoy the bag badges. Anyways, back to top 3 discussion. True. Are we just gonna leave it like this? I think it's like this. If anything, I think it's like this. I don't know if I'm right, but I think it's like this. We can table it. But I think my overall argument is Tribby is more replaceable than RMC. Or more replaceable than Sunday with alternatives like Robin and RMC, while nobody can really replicate Sunday's role in the team that well. Like, there's Bronya, obviously, but there's so much that Bronya doesn't do. And also a lot of Amphoria's like 3.x carries, which are the current meta, have Sunday as best in slot. Like, all 3 of these, plus Saber, plus, I mean, technically Boot Hill, I guess. I don't think there's anyone who doesn't use him well. And Finon as well. Thank you, Lepool Test Dan's Lebolt 2. I said that wrong, but who can blame me? Call me Chicken? Okay, thank you, Chicken, for the follow. Okay, so then we go to the top carries. First of all, first order of motion. Does RMC go above them? Is RMC number 4, or do we put the best carries above RMC? Because yeah, I had RMC like down here or something. I was wrong. To be fair, the tier list came out when RMC released in 2.0. So it was day 1 impressions of him. And then 3.2, I moved him like here. Yeah, no. He should be top 5, I think. I don't even think it's a Saber thing. I think it's just he's like, RMC is just like one of the most universal supports. Like, I don't think there's a single support in the game that can't use RMC. Or a single carry in the game that can't use RMC. I am struggling to think of one. Obviously, some people use them better than others, but like, anytime you see any low-cost clear, RMC is probably there. It's a surprise when RMC is not there. I'm not valuing being free that highly on this tier list. Obviously, like, for the criteria, it's hard to say how worth it a free unit is to invest into because they're free, but I don't want to give that too much weight. And maybe that's a bit hypocritical. I'm not sure. That's how I've always done things with this tier list. But for Ratio, for Archer, for RMC, for HMC, I don't want to give them that much for being free. Also, let me update YouTube chat. I have not done that in like 10 minutes. My bad. Okay, first of all, before we touch RMC, let's go for the carries. I think this is very obvious. And yeah, I switched these two. I think also this. I think... And then, if we want to just talk top 3, I think it's this. I think that's pretty easy to say. If you're going... Like, here's the thing with rating carries. It's very difficult to have like a definitive top 5 because so much changes depending on the context. If you're going sustainless, if you're going low cost, if we're talking about having potential like worth it vertical investment, I think for each of those specific points, there's an entirely different top 5. Like, I think for low cost clears, Anox says this. Mostly just because the difference is he can run sustainless easier. I mean, Cass just can't run sustainless at all. That's kind of the point. And also, he has much better Lycone options. Because he has his event Lycone. Thank you, me, Dard. Thank you for the follow. So, I can see the argument that Anox is number 1. Because he can have, like, really good low cost clears. He utilizes RMC really well, Tingyun really well, Branya decently for super low cost, but then there's vertical investment for like each of his team slots. Another thing, the main reason why I'm putting Anoxa above Archer is just the ability to be used well in all three modes. I mean, you can use Archer in Pure Fiction, but I wouldn't recommend it. Whereas Anoxa is just like, you get him for your account and you can use him everywhere. Even if there's places where he's better, places where he's worse, right now in the meta, he's usable everywhere. Same with Castris. I think that's two of their largest strengths. Thank you, Lumatic and Senpai Kazuit for the follow. In my opinion, Archer number one, I can see that. I can definitely see Archer being number one as a pretty reasonable take. For me, so for context for my personal biases, I have Castris, I don't have her Lycone, I don't have Hyacine. So I've been doing it the old-fashioned way of 3.2, of just having like 2 cost clears with Triby, and I so far have still been pretty satisfied with what I've been able to do with her. So for me, I have lower cost clears with my Castris and my Anoxa, although I think for general strength levels, that's not reflected by the overall community. Is this tier list counting Lycone? We're weighing it kind of. If you have good vertical investment, that's weighed, but the cheaper you are, the better, is the basic understanding. Castris, even without Hyacine, feels really good. Yeah. I wouldn't say she's number one without Hyacine. I don't know. Like, is Anoxa number one? I really struggle to say Anoxa's number one. I think he's 100% top 3. I'm not sure if he's number one. Also, like, there's biases right now with like the current MOC and APOC, because he's really good in the current rotation of like every game mode besides Pure Fiction right now. So that's also hard to judge. I think he's doing better than Castris. Does Sparkle get to move up? We can talk about that. But let's figure this out right now. So I'm saying for now, just like with top 3, I'm saying for now we go Castris, Anoxa, Archer. And then who's 4th? It's not Saber or Finon. We can place them. Fuck it. Before we do any more changes, let's place all the new units. Because I already put Archer on the list, so we have to be consistent. Is that Aglaya? It's definitely Aglaya at medium investment. The main problem with Aglaya is that out of every carry here, she's by far the most reliant on having her correct team. Or just Sunday, really. Because you can run, like, Sunday RMC sustainless, and, like, she can be fine. I don't think anyone else here has, like... I guess Sparkle with Archer is kind of similar. I would say it's not as much of a fall-off, though. From what I've tested. I've played a bit of Archer off-stream past the initial stream that I did. And I wouldn't say it's as far of a drop-off. But, yeah. Yeah, we can do that. I guess. Yeah. Archer's fine without Sparkle? He's fine. Yeah, he's definitely usable, but you're not getting anywhere close to ceiling without her. Unless, like, I was able to zero cycle first half of this MOC with sustainless Archer without Sparkle. But that was, like, I found a clear off of TikTok, and I just copied what they did. I'll try to credit them. Well, I'd credit it if I find it. But I was able to on my account, which I think speaks volumes. So she's not required, but it's a big upgrade. Thank you, Zyth DK, for the follow. Also, let me respond to someone on my phone real quick, because I forgot to text him back before I started stream. Boop, 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 boop. Alright. Why is the Herta so low? I think she's still pretty high, no? She's in the top 5. That's not low. The only thing that would make me put the Herta above Aglaya is better low-cost performance and ability to run in 3 game modes. Because I think, obviously, the Herta is much better than Aglaya in Pure Fiction, and I think they're equally reliant on APOC gimmicks and weaknesses to perform on that mode at all. and MOC I think is about even depending on invitation. So I could see this. I think this can go either way. I could see, like, there's a bunch of bundles of 3 right now. I think these 3 can go either way. I think these 3 can go either way, although I don't think Archer is number 1. I think these 3 can go either way. Also, let's move Rame down. Rame does not need to be that high. Thank you, Lee John Life, for the follow. I think is it still the consensus that Aglaia has the highest ceiling in the game, sustainless? I think that's maybe Archer. I haven't seen if Archer beats her, but she's definitely up there if you have the proper investment. If we're talking like min-max, then yeah, she's above Castris, but I don't know. Aglaia is better than APOC, but Herder rules PF. Yeah, it's more about what you prioritize. Like back in like when I first started covering content in like 2.4, I used to rate Pure Fiction utility as very very heavily because I felt a lot of accounts didn't have proper Pure Fiction coverage. So like for example, when I covered Rappa, it was like, if you need her for Pure Fiction, then she's really good, and I feel like a lot of people need her for Pure Fiction, so she's probably really good for you. If you need that. And I felt like that was the same for the Herda as well, but I feel like that's kind of shifted. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but like we've gotten so many AoE carries that anyone can grab that I feel like having a monopoly on that isn't as important as when I first rated her. Although with everything here, it's difficult to quantify. Rappa's not even good in Pure Fiction anymore. Well, yeah, there's no imaginary weakness, which is what I said when she came out, by the way. It's fucking 9 months ago. Okay, I'm gonna leave the top row like that for now. Let's put the new characters. Oh god, I feel like it's impossible to accurately place Finon and Saber. This is not what I'm looking forward to right now. Also, I don't want to have 3 rows of the meta tier, so I'm going to be dropping some units. I'll do this first of all. I need to have everything on stream on screen. Thank you, Eraser Cat, for the follow. Yeah, can I just move down break? Like, he goes here, and they go there, and then I don't know. Oh no, I still think Brutal's better than Rappa. Like this. Gallagher over Linkshot is crazy? I don't think so anymore. Okay, that's the narrative everyone has. Let me ask you this, chat. This was the hypothetical I came up with yesterday. I think it's a shared experience with playing Starvale, where everyone wishes at one point that they have Gallagher on both of their teams. Has anyone ever felt that way with Linkshaw? Has anyone ever had that experience ever with Linkshaw? Maybe there's some people here. Oh my god, wait, what the fuck? Wait, 300 people on YouTube right now. Hello everyone. That is like twice my highest. I did not realize so many people were watching. Yes? Okay. I think Linkshaw comes and goes with Break. And I feel like Break is kind of on the downturn right now. I don't think Break is bad, but it's definitely in a worse place than it was in 3.0 and 3.2. Okay, maybe she doesn't deserve to drop. I definitely think Gallagher is above her now. I don't know. Like, I think in literally every single teammate tier list I've done since I started making them, Gallagher has gone above Linkshaw. I might be wrong on that. I'll have to double check. Yeah, okay. There is more that you can do with Linkshaw past Break. Obviously, she's good with the Herda. You can play her as a main DPS with Sunday, and then you use like wheelchair comp. Also, thank you, Muffin was taken for the follow. Like, there's things that you could do with her to give her uses, but I'm still, I don't know. Also, another thing with this list that I haven't talked about yet is I like, or if a limited unit is directly outclassed by another limited unit, then I think they lose a lot of sway or a lot of placements. I think, like, if a 4-star is outclassed, I think that's fine for them. I think if a standard banner unit is outclassed, I think that's fine for them. But if we're talking about how worth it a unit is, I think if Hyacinth is just better than Linkshot 99% of the time outside of break teams, I think that makes Linkshot worse in comparison. Thank you, Mikey Maru, for the follow. Okay, I guess before I place Finon and Saber, I can talk about Hyacinth and Cypher. True! But yeah, no, I definitely think Gallagher maybe even deserves to be higher than this. I don't think Ling Shaw is bad by any means. But I think SP generation with Gallagher is usually a more general utility that teams ask for these days. Maybe I'm wrong on that. That's just how I read it. Put Gallagher next to RMC? No, okay, I don't think he's that high. I don't think he's the best sustain in the game, but I think he's definitely up there. I put Gallagher over Aventurine? That's fair. I might by the end of this. Gallagher's only problem is survival issues? That's actually true. That's what well, okay. That's true for this MOC. This MOC is like hard Hyacine shilling with just having both sides killing you in one shot. So for that, Gallagher is kind of hard to use. I'm mostly when I think of this tier list, I think of just optimized performance where you aren't dying and you're able to clear within a few resets. Which makes sustains kind of hard to rate. Because I'm like, even with like Natasha, I'm assuming that they're able to let you live. And I rate them on their utility past that. And if their utility is only that they make you live, then they don't get placed very high. But like, for example, when I was doing my Sunday Archer clear first half, I had to replace Gallagher with Luocha because I just couldn't live with Gallagher. I know, like, you can. I've seen clears with it. But I had to backpedal to Luocha to be able to clear while staying alive. So that is true. That is a weakness of his. I don't know how to weigh that. Thank you, Oddies for the follow. Also, yeah, for the people who are just joining now, because there's a lot of you, I am probably turning this into a YouTube video, so join the chat if you want to be on YouTube. Wow. Hooray. Sorry. I don't know. I feel like Ling Shaw mains get super defensive when people say Gallagher is better. And I what I've always said since day one of Ling Shaw is I don't think that's a dig on Ling Shaw. I'm not like, that's not saying anything bad about Ling Shaw. That's only saying good things about Gallagher. Because I don't want to downplay her, but I also don't want to downplay Gallagher, and I think I have been. Thank you, Crazy Mage, Mr. Arena, Miss M. Rena, and Aki for the follow. Or Aki. Bro turned on the narrator verse? Yeah, my bad. Oh wait, let me update YouTube chat. Sorry, there's like 300 of you, and you're all getting ignored right now. My bad. My bad. I'll do better. As long as this sustain can keep the team alive, yeah, but that's become more of an if than a win. Is that the way to say it? Probably not. But it's not as much of a guarantee as it used to be, like when Gallagher came out. Yeah, and for this list, I'm not really like assuming sustainless. I'm assuming like my idea is if you're talking to someone who's like doesn't have much on their account, they're max level but they don't have much on their account, and they're asking you who's worth it to invest into. Not for money, not for like fun, but just like what steps should I take to be able to clear all three modes consistently? I want this to be the answer. And so if your friend is cracked, then you might say sustainless, in which case every sustain besides like Hyacine goes like to the bottom tier. But I'm not assuming that. Yeah, it's like all of my metrics of how I rate this are rather arbitrary, but I feel like there needs to be some arbitrary metrics to be able to have any consistent ideas with where I place units. All right, let's fix the second row because I think it's still kind of messy. Do we think Maide better than Acheron? I feel like that's kind of spicy. I think that's what Pridewind says, but I'm not sure. I think both of them are pretty reliant on their SIGs for max use. Acheron is easier to low cycle with sustainless. Maide is just like auto battle, but he can clear well. I think Silverwolf better than Acheron. Yeah, wait, I do need to fix Silverwolf as well. Maide definitely better than Acheron. Yeah, I think it's close, but I agree. Acheron really struggles with relying too heavily on vertical investment to stay competitive. And I would consider for her vertical investment to also mean specialized supports like Jiaoshu and Cypher. Or E2 Silverwolf or whatever. Also, thank you, Gloomful, for the follow. Mostly just because, like for everyone except for Cypher, I would say that support is specialized for her in the same way that I dock points for Dot and Break for that. Yeah, I'm not sure. My day, easier S0 compared to Acheron, easier S0? Yes. But everyone has E2 S1 Acheron now? Yeah, true. Yeah, I feel like Acheron's super hard to rate because I feel like everyone has Helicone. Fucking everyone. Including myself. I have an E2 S1 Acheron that I never fucking use. So I can't, like, I don't know. Also, yeah, join the Discord, true. Is Acheron's E2 even that good now? No. It's not worth it. Like, 2 limited slots that you can use for support investment instead is not worth E2. I mean, it makes Tribi better to use, but, like, I don't know. You can use Tribi at E0. Which is something I got wrong in my teammate tier list. My bad. God, I'm liking the idea more and more that I just I go back and fix all my mistakes in my videos because I've made a lot of them over the years minus the S. But yeah, I think this is fair. Is Rodney better than Huohuo for investment wise? I think what has happened in my tier lists is I've like with RMC, I've slowly put Huohuo higher and higher every single tier list update, and I kind of want to do that again. I mean, she's free, but yeah, true. But again, I'm not trying to weigh that too heavily. Should I weigh that heavily? I feel like it's becoming a bit hypocritical. But at least for now, that's not how I'm operating. The main problem with Huohuo is that she's probably the most SP-intensive support in the game, but also, I think even with Hyacine, she still gives the most out of any sustain. Utility-wise. Yeah, okay, wait. Let me just fucking... I think this... Sure. Something like that. I said I was gonna place the new units, and then I just didn't. I can see, like, this. Actually, probably this. That's probably more fair. Thank you, Koi, for the follow. Civil Wolf above Acheron, okay. Here's my problem with Civil Wolf. I don't think she's bad. I'll probably place her higher than where she is now. My problem with Civil Wolf is that her main utility that sets her apart, like for example in Archer teams, is being able to use a carry off element. Of they're not quantum weak, but oh, I can make them quantum weak and get an extra 20 res. Also, why is my background glitching? What the fuck? The problem that I have with that is that utility you can get for free by just using carries in matching element fights. I'm not sure, like she makes brute forcing a lot better, but I'm not sure how much brute forcing matters. Is my idea. But past that utility, she is still really good. Her buffs were very impactful. She has an insanely fast all rotation. She has good free-to-play options with tutorial and then pearls if you have it. I do want to rate supports higher than carries generally. Like, I think that's just, we're in Honkai support rail. Supports generally are better for your account than carries on an individual basis. So I could see Civil Wolf like this. I don't know how much of a gap there is between her and, say, RMC. What's the difference between Civil Wolf Respen letting you run your carry anywhere and Tribi's Respen? Well, the difference is that Civil Wolf is conditional. If they're already weak to Quantum, then Civil Wolf doesn't give Quantum Respen. So it's only if they're not weak to Quantum. Tribi just gives it, no matter what. Okay, I still think there's too many units in the top tier, but I don't want to make people upset by putting people lower. I don't have a fucking backbone, dude. Chat, can I put these 3 units at the below a tier and then keep Boot Hill at the top of meta? Herda over Aglaya? Oh, yeah, I did say I was going to change that. Speak your truth, yes, no, yes. Just put Breakdown. I don't want to put Brutal down, dude. I think Brutal performs better than Rappa generally these days. Am I wrong for that? Am I biased? Yes. I will not deny for a single fucking millisecond that I'm biased for Brutal. I put him way too high in the last teammate tier list. Not teammate tier list. Just general tier list. I put him already like 10 positions lower than he was before. Fuck it. Okay, look. Sue me, okay? I already gave my reasoning for why I'm putting Dot and Break lower than they maybe should be. Boot Hill still performs, yeah. I think, okay, but the other thing that I talked about before is, besides just bias of me liking Boot Hill, I also have E1 S1 Boot Hill, and I've had it since day one. So I use Boot Hill a good amount, but I'm not an authority of how he feels at E0 S0. I am biased against that. So I want to also take that into account. Because like when I play Boot Hill, he does super well, but also he's like 8 cost teams compared to the other like 3 cost teams that I usually play. Thank you, Juno, for the follow. Like for example, in this APOC, second half Doomsday Beast, I think it was 3 cost Saber and 2 cost Anoxa had a better sustainless run than my sustainless Boot Hill that was 7 cost. And part of that was skill issue, but also part of that is just, I think Break is just kind of falling off a little bit. That's me. I think that's a general opinion, but Boot Hill did a lot better when he had less competition. Boot Hill is good against Hule, but so is Clara. Well, I wouldn't take points away from him if other carries are good against a specific boss. Yeah, if you're here for my tier list, I'm not gonna lie to you and say that there's no bias. There's bias, but I'm gonna try and minimize it. Oh, thank you for the 1 gift sub, Fire Lunar, the goat, Fire Lunar, 80k on TikTok, by the way. Sheesh. There's probably people in chat who don't know the lore. Fire Lunar is my brother, the goat. Will, thank you for the gift sub. All right. Oh yeah, back to placing the new units that I've said I would do like 4 times. My bad. Where's Cypher? I think Cypher's pretty hard to place. I think the easy answer, the cop-out answer, is just to put her right above Silverwolf, but I think she deserves to be higher than that. I think she deserves to be higher than that. I'm not sure how much. Thank you, Aryados, for the follow. Cypher's goated? I think, yeah, Cypher was definitely underrated when she came out. But I'm not sure by how much. I have a Cypher. I have an easier SU Cypher, and I would say I get pretty good use out of her. I'm not saying above RMC though. Put her next to Aglaya? I can put her below RMC. I wouldn't put her above. Like where my head's at, I just prioritize action advances way too much to put Cypher any higher than RMC. Would you put Sparkle higher? Oh yeah, we can move Sparkle. I said I would do that. Let's do this first though. So chat's saying this. Bag channeling his inner pride win with this tier list? Oh, don't say that. How dare you? How dare you? That's fucked. She's hard to build. Well, she's substat intensive, but you get most of what you want out of her with very little. Like my Cypher does no damage, and I don't feel like I'm missing out on much. Like without a signature. Cypher is better than RMC? Are you putting Lycone on the same tier list? No, that's just what this has. I'm not placing them. This is just the format. I can link it in chat. Create your own tier list if you wanna disagree with me. Thank you, IDRK, for the follow. Alright. I think Cypher's good there. I'm not sure like if I would say that she provides more general utility than having a Herda on your team or on your account or Aglaya, but I did say earlier I wanted to play support higher than I normally would. Lycone tier list win? Oh god. Who did that? Another content creator did that, but that was like a year ago. I forget. Viper Enjoyer. Thank you for the follow. Controller main, goated. DDD on top. Yeah, if you want a Lycone tier list, it's DDD number 1. Cypher Lycone is in the top 5. Hyacinth Lycone's probably in the top 5. Maybe. I don't know. Acheron. I don't know what metric we're using. And then like Midays or Castris. I don't know. Sunday's Lycone? Yeah, okay, that's true. Also Sunday's Lycone. And then bottom 5 is like Silverwolf's Kafkas, because they don't even use them anymore. Jinglius. True. Okay. There's the list. Topaz Lycon is also good, yeah. Okay, the last two new units, I'll just put them at the bottom for now before we place them, is Saber Finon. So, man, I'm not sure with this. Finon is probably the most contentious unit on this list by a mile. And I think Saber is also pretty high up there with what I've seen with the Pride Wind discourse in the last like three days. Saber above Anoxa? I think Saber is below Anoxa. I think Archer is the best unit in 3.4. I think he's better than Saber. The only argument I could see on the contrary is that she's not as reliant on Sunday as Archer is with Sparkle, and also she's more usable across the 3 game modes. Like you can use her in Pure Fiction. Those are the points for her. Saber and Oxa, really? Are you making Final sustainless? Yes. I think Final is like the only unit here where I'm assuming sustainless. Aglaya also kind of, but not really. But I think this is because that's the, at least for now, that's the natural way that you use him. I think if you use a sustain on Finon, you're kind of gimping him. Which, I mean, if that's what you need to clear and you can still clear, then yeah, do it. But I don't think, like, if we're talking about a unit's average clear strength, I mean, you've heard it 1,000 times before, Finon just has a high floor, low ceiling. I think it's pretty easy to get good results out of Finon. I don't, like, he has a lot of cheap best-in-slot teammates. Yes, Sunday makes a big difference, and Sarajdra will too when she releases. But there's also, you know, Tingyun, RMC, Branya that can do pretty well with him. I think if your goal is just to clear, then Finon is really good. The problem with Finon comes with optimizing him. If you're going for max APOC scores, 40k Pure Fiction, 0 to 1 cycle in MOC, Finon is difficult to use, but also I wouldn't say bad. What is this song's name? This is, which one is this? Dial 143 by Jom. This is a small indie creator that I really enjoy. My Spotify playlist is on the Discord. I think I have it pinned. I keep saying that, and I think I'm right. If not, someone tell me and I will pin it. But what was I saying? So, I don't know. I think if we're going for the layman's clear, and we're not talking about zero cycling and trying to optimize every single action value point, then Finon is pretty fucking good. But I think the general worry is that he's gonna fall off faster than most carries, unless if you give him his dedicated supports. Oh wow, wait, my plug is almost unplugging. Wait, my computer's about to die. Wait, shit. Holy shit. Wait, I do not know how my computer didn't die there. My plug on my wall was like 99% out. Wow, I'm surprised my PC didn't die. Thank you, Marskill and OCO for the follow. What was I saying? Shit. Yeah, people are thinking that Finon's gonna fall off pretty fast. And right now, we're in his banner, so it's really hard to really speculate on that with any amount of certainty. I don't know. Okay, so what are we saying? Let's make... I'm gonna make an offer, and then you guys tell me how you feel. I think below Fei Xiao makes sense. Above My Day, below Fei Xiao. I think you can min-max Fei Xiao a lot better. Finon performs better at low-cost clears, but everyone above him performs better at high-cost clears. Above her? Alright. Fair enough. I wanted to start at low and then see where Chad is. Above Aglaya? Or above the Herda? Also, thank you, WO, for the follow. Above the Herda, I think is more contentious. Pridewind thinks so. I don't know if I think so. Above the Herda is good? No? Okay, if we're starting to disagree here, then I feel like this is good. Yeah. I don't want to underrate Fei Xiao too much. Who's that guy on YouTube, the Hershier of Science, that just loves Fei Xiao and zero cycles every MOC with her? I watch that guy. I want to glaze Fei Xiao, but, you know, I don't know. I think she's the best 2.x carry. True. Oh yeah, join the Discord. True! Exclamation point Discord. Also, it's the pinned message on Twitch at least. Also, I haven't updated YouTube chat in so long. My bad, guys. Shit. My bad. Is it tier list? Just do what you think is right. We all know Boot Hill should go down along with the other break units. Shut up. I thought that was a very nice and sincere message until I read the end of it. Sorry, YouTube chat. Above Aglaya, above Herda? I don't know. I'm not sure. I think, but also the thing is with the Finon is that wherever I place him now, it's hard to place him now with where I think he will go in the future of how fast he's going to fall off when we don't have Sarajdra yet and her beta isn't finished either. That's going to change things drastically depending on how much she changes and how much we're either overestimating her or underestimating her. So that's another thing. It's like why rate Finon where I think he's going to be if we don't have all the info for him yet. Certified Dino, thank you for the follow. No way he's above Aggie? Yeah, I think that's fair. I think this is true. I'm not sure if I agree with this, but if it's what chat wants, I'll put it here. I'll defer blame to you guys. See, this is the secret of why I made this a stream, because now if people disagree with my tier list when I upload it, I can just say, oh, chat made me do that. And I get away scot-free. Sheesh. Your backbone? Look. I'm at the whims of chat. If this was my backbone, Sunday would be number one. But I also am just biased against Robin because I think she's annoying to use if the enemies don't charge your energy at the start of the fight. But that doesn't mean that she's worse. It just means that I'm biased against her. Which, whatever. Check Discord? What? Yeah, I said thank you for the follow. Thank you, KN, for the follow. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, we haven't done Saber yet. I think Saber is pretty squarely above Fei Xiao, below Anoxa, but I'm not sure where past that. Put Boothill in his own GOAT tier. See, now you're speaking my language. So yeah, she's somewhere here. Pridewind thinks that she's below Finon. I don't think I agree with that. I would say this. I would probably say this. Aiko Moi for the follow. I think in the short term, Finon is going to have better performance in, say, MOC. Saber will probably have better performance in Pure Fiction than APOC, but I think they can be argued to be even at similar levels of investment. My prediction is that Saber will age better, but again, I'm not sure how much I'm really weighing that. I think worse than Agalea, better than the Herda makes sense, though. The main thing that's hurting the Herda compared to other AoE units like Castris and Saber is that they, or Anoxa especially, is that their bounce attacks lets a lot of their utility transfer into single target a lot easier than it is for the Herda. The Herda just has good AoE damage that can function in single target, but not nearly on the same level. Same goes for Finon with his shared damage. Thank you, Ginger Snap August, for the follow. Should I pull Finon Lycone or pull Sunday? Definitely Sunday. 100%. Well, he is more expensive, though, than a Lycone. So, depending on your budget. But Sunday is definitely more worth it for an account overall. Saber is on par with Finon, I think. Like, I can see them being one above the other. Yeah. I don't know. The other bias is the very obvious thing with Finon, where you run him sustainless more easily, which makes his performance look a lot better than if you try and make Saber run sustainless. Because sustainless Saber is better than Finon, but it's harder to run it, is the main linchpin. So now we're back to the Sealay discussion of, if something is difficult, does that make it perform worse? Because then that opens the can of worms of, what about running everyone sustainless besides Castris, and then every carry changes? So I don't really want to open that can of worms. Thank you, Has C for the follow, and Wiz Island for the follow. A lot of followers today. Thank you guys. I'm hoping to get to 1K soon. True. How come Feisha was so high? You think she's high? I think she is a bit too low, but I'm just kind of going off vibes. Thank you, Goth, Phoebe, Zenestria. So, oh, now you're in. Oh, someone else said it. Why is Feisha so high? Almost every new DPS can match her in single target while having insane blast AoE. Well, who's she above? She's only above Maide and Acheron, and I think that's fair. No, like she's below like everyone. He hates Rappa. Fuck, dude. Look, we've discussed ad nauseum about my lack of a backbone, and now you're putting it in the spotlight. The fuck? How did my goat Maide drop so low? I mean, he's not bad. I wouldn't say. Okay, here's my perspective. I don't think anyone in the top 2 tiers is bad by any means. Also, I think this makes sense. Who the fuck uses Serval with their Herder anymore? Not me. Maybe someone does. I don't think anyone here is bad. So like, if someone's dropping, I'd say most of the reason people are dropping with this rendition of the tier list is not necessarily due to worse performance, but just higher competition. Like, we've gotten so many fucking carries in 3.x that early 3.x carries and 2.x carries just suffer from sheer competition. High scene above Feisha, I can see that. Honestly, I can see that. That's fair. That's fair. Holy shit. We have almost 200 viewers on Twitch. Thank you, guys. I think my previous high was like 120. Are Heislands and Saradra getting rated? I said no, because it's only V2. V3 is tomorrow, by the way. I'm streaming tomorrow for V3. For now, no. Maybe like when the video comes out, I'll place them in post. Thank you, Person and Ignition, for the follow. What do we expect from V3? I can talk about it later. I'm probably gonna start stream like at like 6:50, and for me it comes out at like 7:30, and I can talk for a bit about what I expect. Anyways, what else do we want to change about the top tier? We've placed all the new carries. I still kind of don't like having a full 2 rows of people in the meta, but I don't want to put Boot Hill down. I'm sorry. I'm biased. I know. I'm sorry. Thank you, Leoro Grande, for the follow. Hot take, I think Gallagher needs to go down. His sustainer getting questionable against Tule and Trusting in MOC 12. Yeah, I think against this MOC specifically, he's not doing too well. But I think, again, I don't want to frame it just in the current rotation as of recording. I'm thinking overall utility of how someone will generally perform. Sustains, I'm assuming they are able to sustain. And I'm looking at their utility past that. Okay, who else do we need to change? Who else got more uses? Oh yeah, Sparkle. I kept saying Sparkle. So Sparkle has Archer now, and to a lesser extent, Finon. She's definitely above Jiaoxi. Oh yeah, wait, let me do that. Actually, let me do that. Is it just this? Is that the play? I think Bronya's way better than Jiaoshu. I think this is something I disagree with on Pridewin, and I think it's insane that Jiaoshu is better than Bronya. Bronya has more defined weaknesses for sure with SP consumption, but I think you can't diss an 100% action advance. Even if the rest of the unit is questionable, like, there's so much that you can do with it. Bronya above Boot Hill. You see, I read that and I don't immediately disagree, which is scary. Bronya's very underrated. Yeah, I placed her way too low. So I'm already moving her like 10 spots above. I'm down to do even more. Fuck it. Did you see Bronya got moved up because of Finon on Pridewin? Was that the reason? Was it because of Finon? I guess that makes sense. I mean, yeah. I think Bronya is the first... Finon is the first team where Bronya is like specifically best in slot. In like his best team. From what I've seen. Other than that, she's usually a replacement. But a good replacement. And can usually do the job that you want from her. As long as you can play around her SP. I think the thing that's keeping her this low is just that compared to the other supports that are just kind of set it and forget it with their utility, Bronya takes a bit of work. Bronya, there's a bit of give and take to get her online. I think Sparkle even more so because of the 50% action advance. But she does have Archer now. I don't think Archer puts her up in the meta tier, but I think it definitely brings her up. Himiko can go down. That's true. Did we put Mose down? How? What's the current status on Mose, Topaz, Hunt March? How do we feel about that, chat? Where even is Hunt March? Where the fuck is Hunt March? I'm blind. Oh, she's right here. Yeah. I just got Chibi. Congrats. Mose is good. Yeah, I know. I think he's definitely better in his respective niche than Serval is in hers. So I don't really want to put them right next to each other. Yeah. Topaz, Mose, March? Really? No, I would say Mose's worse than March. I can still clear with March face out. Yeah, I mean it's not bad, for sure. I replaced them with Cypher now, but they're not bad. Like, between Topaz and Cypher, it's a marginal improvement. I mean, it still is an improvement, but it's, like, not worth going for if you have Topaz. It's one of those things. Can you send a link to the tier list? Yes. Yeah. I think it's a fair place for Sparkle. I think previously she was too high. I think she should have been, like, down here previously, like in 3.2, and now she's up here. Mostly because of Archer. Why is Robin above Sunday? See, you're agreeing with me and I'm doing... oh, fuck. I can't disagree with you because that's my opinion. No! Thank you, Ghosties and Sickleon for the follow. Guys, I'm relatively new to HSR. How important is speed tuning? My Saber has really good stats, but base speed? Usually speed is pretty important. For Saber, it can be. It depends on... It fully depends on the team that you run. For some units, speed tuning doesn't matter. For others, it's like the backbone of making them good. Like if you're using Sunday with Saber, you want Saber to be faster than Sunday. That's like most of his utility is doing that. So yeah, I mean just speed boots gets you most of the way. But yeah. It's a bit of a pain, but it's worth it to go through it. Thank you, Fairy Cute, for the follow. Why is Chibi below Robin? I feel like she's run on so many good 3.x teams. Well, she's top 3. Like, I'm not... like, the reason that you said for why she's good is why she's top 3. Like, I'm not taking that away from her. Hot take, Tingyun should go up due to Finon and Saber. That's fair. That makes sense. I think Tingyun probably gives more to an account than HMC at this point. Thank you, Toast Tree, for the follow. Let me take a water break, because I've been talking nonstop for an hour. Actually, here's a question. Should there be much of a gap between HMC and Fugue? I feel like these days, if you want Break to perform, it kind of sucks to not have Fugue in HMC's spot. So, yeah. But also, if HMC is still good sustainless if you run both of them, and they can use DDD really well because they get their ult insanely fast. You know, I think Tingyun and HMC can go above Dot for now, but that will change with Hythlands, probably. Thank you, Title Terror, for the follow. Oh yeah, HMC does do things that Fugue can't. That's true, but I think obviously Fugue is still better overall, but it's not a 1-to-1 replacement. Cause like yeah, you lose DDD, but then you gain pearls, so it's not bad. It's not a trade for nothing. Let me update YouTube chat. Hi, YouTube chat. How we doing, YouTube chat? Don't feel neglected. Alright. I kind of feel like I should move more units to close to competence. I feel like generally very strong is kind of bloated. But I'm not sure who I would move down. Because Mose is at the bottom and I don't want to move down Mose. Himiko down? God, when was the last time I saw a Himiko clear? But that's like Rappa's situation where it's like if there's no Fire Week MOC or Pure Fiction, then it's hard to use her. But she's good when she's good. Luocha up? I already moved him up for Castris. I could move him higher though. because since this tier list I did, I actually got Luocha on my account to stave me off from getting high scene, and I've been pretty satisfied with him so far. I wouldn't say he's better utility wise than Pela, so probably not much. Is Jing Yuan too low? What do we think, chat? I feel like there's not much of a difference between him and his optimal team compared to, like, I don't know, Dot. I feel like Jingliu and Blade and their optimal teams probably do better. Jing Yuan is fine. I feel like there's too many units who are too low and too many units who are too high, and it's really hard to parse. It's really hard to parse. Is the theme of today that Dot just goes lower and lower the longer the stream goes? Because I'd feel bad if that's happening. But also Heislands is coming out, so I can defer blame to next patch. He's good, but not very high ceiling. Yeah, I mean that's why he's not in the meta tier. But like, yeah. Thank you, Nami Khan, for the follow, and Endorf. I think I also didn't say your name. Dot slander? It's not slander. They already moved up like 15 spots because of the Kafka buff. I already went into it at the start of the stream for why they're lower. I am rather unfamiliar with the general performance for Blade and Jingliu. Are they above Yunli? I guess it's hard to tell on this MOC because Yunli is particularly doing well. I would feel like Jingliu at least is above, no? Acheron too high? Are we at the portion of the stream where it's just people telling me their takes and then I disagree with them? Because I do want to be more definitive with what we cover. Yeah, I don't know. Let me... yeah, okay, no, she deserves to be there. Thank you, Zendro and Dolgu, for the follow. Have you seen the top-rated Heislands memes on her main subreddit? No. I'm usually on new unit subreddits, just for research purposes when I'm covering them, but usually that starts when I'm making teammate lists and guides, which isn't for another, like, 2 weeks. YouTube chat isn't updating on stream? Oh, shit. Yeah, it's a problem. Yeah. Okay. Is Civil Wolf really stronger than Ron Mei? I would say so. Yeah, I would say so. Okay. Here's what we'll do, chat. There's a lot of things I want to change. So let's just go through the entire list again. From top to bottom. Because we've kind of been splintered. We kind of haven't focused that hard because I keep getting distracted. So we're just going to go from the top to the bottom. Maybe... Oh, you know what? Maybe we can poll. Maybe we can poll some stuff. Let me do a poll. Let me do a poll. Who's top one? Tribby, Sunday, Robin, or other? 1 minute poll on Twitch. I want to see what you guys think. Because I have an idea of what I think chat thinks, but I want to see it. I think it's Sunday, but I think it's easy to disagree with that. Thank you, Riot Persona, for the follow. How are YouTubers gonna vote? Wait, I can do it. I can do a poll on YouTube. Shit. Tribute Sunday. Robin. Okay, YouTube poll. I think I have to manually end it though. I don't think there's a timer on it. Thank you, Alexinator, Twin Turbo Tay, and It's Golden for the follow. Okay, what's the poll saying? Wow, nobody thinks it's Robin. Wait, really? Damn, times have changed. Okay, good thing I polled. More people are saying Sunday. Okay, I'm feeling a bit vindicated. Maybe I made a good case earlier. Wow, really? Nobody thinks it's Robin? That's surprising. I mean, I kind of agree, but I didn't think it would be that stark. Alright. Robin just doesn't have enough meta teams. I don't think that's true. I think she's the hardest to use out of the three of them. Like, she has the most defined weakness out of any of them with her energy problems. I would say I view Robin as not high risk, but just high cost to get her to work well, but highest reward out of any support. Like, you usually have to build your team somewhat to allow her to perform well, or you just have a good rotation that funnels her through getting hit. But if you can make that work, then I think she's pretty indispensable. Also, yeah, she is attack scaling. That's true. She is less universal because of that. That's true. Apathetic Distrix for the follow. Thank you. Okay, YouTube chat saying mostly the same thing. Sunday Tribute Robin. Okay, I can do that. That's fair. This is what I thought. Well, okay, I think this, but I'm down to go the other way. Autobot just blocked the entire Charmony Dove copy pasta. Is Final E2 good? Yes, it's one of the best E2s in the game, but he doesn't need it to perform by any means. And I would overall recommend going for support Eidolons first before investing in a carry. I would say. Daddy Robin, great name, and Oxy for the follow. Thank you. I'm saying it out of order. Okay, so we figured that out. Now let's do the same thing. Let's pull it. I gave my reasoning at the start of stream for top 3 carries. Top 3 carries. Or who's top 1? Let me do who top 1 carry. Anoxa, Archer, Castris, and I'll also include Aglaya and Saber. I'll just put everyone who's in top 5 right now. Let me do that on YouTube. Chat participation. Oh wait, it's not letting me. Oh, I have to end the current poll. Okay. Oh. Okay, now it can let me. Okay. Top 1 carry. Oh, okay. YouTube is only letting me do 4 options for the poll, so I won't do top 4. And let me reiterate my criteria that I'm looking at this through. So it's not just who has the highest ceiling and who can perform the best in their optimal scenarios, but also how worth it is to make those optimal scenarios happen. So we are looking at vertical investment, but if you rely too much on it to get your investment to make it worth it, then that's a negative. Although having it is still a good thing, I would say. So yeah, just read this if you want to know. This has not changed since my first video. Frost, by the way, thank you for the follow. Alright, let's see what the poll said. Poll said Castris and then Anoxa. Nobody thinks Archer, Saber, or Aglaya. Okay, so we have the correct order according to Twitch chat. And also according to YouTube chat. Okay. So I am a man of the people right now. So according to the poll, most people agree with this top 6. I'm not sure how I would poll this, but where do we think RMC goes? Do we think RMC breaks up the top 3? This is okay. There's a reason why Pridewin separates their categories when doing tier list stuff, because determining utility between supports and carries is extremely feels crafty and extremely arbitrary. And I don't think there's a correct answer. Like, a tier list like this, I just like doing tier lists like this, but I think factually, Pridewin does it better. I just like this. Sue me. I would say it's like this. I think Archer just loses too many points for being a hunt unit that can't clear Perfection that well. I mean, he can clear, but not well. Castris without S1 is just useless. I disagree. I mean, her S1 is really good. But, I mean, I have Battle Pass on her, and it's fine. And if not, Bailu's signature isn't that far behind Battle Pass. Yeah. Oh, wait, let me end the YouTube poll. Okay, so this is how I would do it. Let's round out the top 10. So top 10 is Sunday, Triby, Robin, Castris, Anoxa, RMC. So this is top 5. 6, 7, Cypher, Aglaya, Saber. That doesn't sound right to me. Is Cypher a top 10 unit? I'm not sure if I agree with that. Kafka over Black Swan? Oh, true. That's true. Archer can go below Saber in my opinion. I think it's a case where Archer has higher highs, but Saber is more consistently good, both with team comp struggles and also with performance across the 3 game modes. I guess okay. I guess in the same way that we docked points for Acheron having very specific supports to make her work that not a lot of other teams need, I guess you can say the same with Archer and Sparkle. I guess that makes sense. Hyacinth over Cypher? Maybe. Cypher synergy with Archer is pretty nice. Yeah, I mean, she has a lot of uses for sure. She got a lot of new uses in 3.5 or 3.4. Topaz higher than Himiko? I'd agree with that, true. Okay, wait, stop distracting me, chat. We have to go down the list. Fucking, okay. So what are we saying then? Are we saying this? I'm not sure if I would say this. Poll it? Okay, well, how would I phrase the poll? Because we're not just saying top 3 anymore. Okay, who provides generally more utility? Saber, Archer. Yeah, we'll just do Saber Archer for now. 30-second poll. Oh wait, I can only make it a minute. Okay, I'm not gonna do this one on YouTube. Sorry, YouTube chat. I've become complacent and lazy. Just like everyone does when they grow big on YouTube. True. Just kidding. Cypher is hard to rate? Yeah, Cypher is very hard to rate. I think a lot of the new units are pretty hard to rate. Like, I think Saber, Hyacinth, Phynon, and Cypher are pretty hard to rate. Calling it utility? Well, just account utility. Like, how much use can you get out of them? But yeah, you're right. It is maybe not the best word for it. Wow, okay, this poll is pretty close. It's basically 50-50. Thank you, Tojo and Savrien for the follow. Fighting for our rights. Well, you're not even on screen right now until I decree it. True. Okay, poll's almost done. Ooh, okay, more people are saying Saber. With 5 seconds left on the poll. Okay. Yeah, I think that's fair. I think there's definitely like more hype right now with Archer. Like, people are calling him a top 2 carry. And I think where he works well, that's 100% the case. A water check? Okay. Let me drink some water. But yeah, I agree, Oddies. I think Better Pure Fiction does make a case. And I would also say Saber is better than Aglaia in Pure Fiction as well. Because, like, if I'm not judging super low cycle clears as the pinnacle of where a unit places, because that's why Phynon isn't lower. And we're just judging a unit off of how they can clear, how easily they can clear, then performance past a certain point doesn't really matter, and it more so matters to perform better across the 3 game modes. Like, if you 1 cycle or 3 cycle MOC, that matters, but not as much as you would think. Because as long as you can clear, you can clear. And so if you 3 cycle an MOC, but you also give utility in an entire other game mode that your competition doesn't, then I can see that mattering more. I think that's fair. Which is also why Anoxa and Castris are so high, because they are the king and queen of that criteria. Thank you, Nilsson, for the follow. Yeah, so I think this is fair. So then, is Cypher the gatekeeper to the top 10? Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh no, Aglaia is. I think... See, the thing is, if I do this, the problem is all of the characters here are like paired with their patch release. Like, we have Castris, Hyacinth, or Castris, Anoxa together, we have Saber Archer together, and then we have Cypher, I said all the names wrong. You know what I mean. They're all together, which I feel like is kind of cringe. But it also is completely arbitrary, and there's nothing actually wrong with doing that. It's poetic? Sure. Why not? Because I do think Hyacinth provides a lot of the same utility as Tribi in being able to basically be a sub DPS in Pure Fiction or just any AoE game mode and being able to perform pretty well there. I think the elephant in the room is the wheelchair comp that Waveman popularized, in which case Hyacinth probably should be higher than even this. I'm not sure how heavily I'm weighing that. Also, thank you, Coney, for the follow. Oh, what the fuck? We're close to 900? Jesus Christ. Did not think that was happening today. Okay. Thank you, guys. All the Chrysos area in the top tier average. I think 3.x has had a pretty even level of power between the new releases. Like, I don't think the gap between Saber and the Herda, or Archer and the Herda for like most recent 3.x carry to the first 3.x carry, I don't think there's that much of a gap. So I think every one of them deserves to be in the top tier, and I think it is splitting hairs of who's above who. But tier lists are just about splitting hairs. So what the, you know, fuck you. Not a single fire DPS in meta tier? Wait, that's crazy. What are you talking about? Gallagher's here. True. Is he the only fire unit? That's fucking hilarious. That's crazy. Yeah, sorry, Fugue and Linkshaw. My bad. But yeah, if we're going off of like how Pridewin classifies Tribi as like a sub DPS, I would also say Hyacinth is less so like that, but provides a similar kind of utility. And I think that utility is more general for an account than, say, Aglaya or the Herda and what they can do. I mean, I don't know. Do I agree with that? I think I do. Yeah. Because there's that general utility, and then she's also best in slot for a bunch of different teams as a sustain. Or close to best in slot for a lot of teams. Which I think is what pushes her over. I think it makes more sense to put Hyacinth above Cypher. Yeah. I don't think Cypher deserves to be top 10, and I think Hyacinth does. That's just me. Thank you, Patty, for the follow. Should I, look, should I make a separate tier for top 10? I kind of want to. Just to, because I hate the clutter of this. I want it to be more visually noticeable. Let's do just top 10 and just put everyone here. And let's make sure I count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh wait, I wasn't counting right. Cypher's done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I have to triple check because if I get it wrong, then that's a travesty. Cypher is way more generalist than Hyacinth. I mean, okay, but that is Cypher's utility, is being a generalist. And as I talked about in my YouTube shorts, I'm not sure how much I want to classify being a generalist as valuable utility for her. Whereas I think being a generalist as a sustain matters a lot more, because there's less competition, and what utility she brings is more unique, I would say. It's the same reasoning why like Sunday is lower than Tribi in my eyes, is that I think Tribi is more replaceable, despite being incredibly strong. I think Cypher is more replaceable in teams that don't specifically want her, compared to what Hyacinth can bring. So much better clutter-wise, I'm glad. Thank you, Alexinator, for the Prime sub. Thank you. Boot Hill goes down and the list is cleaner. Ah, you're right. Fuck. I don't want to put him down. Look. Is chat gonna make me budge? Is chat gonna make me fucking budge? Boot Hill goes into his own tier? No, that will make things worse. Okay. Okay, so we were going through the list. We did the top 10. I think we already kind of agreed. Aglaya, the Herda, Finon, Feixiao makes some sense. I can see Finon being above the Herda with what I was talking about earlier, with having a balance attack or a shared attack as your main source of damage lets your DPS be a lot more generalized and where it's good, whereas the Herda having an AoE hit as her main form of damage is a lot harder to put everywhere. but their Hood is also a lot stronger in pure fiction. Like, that's probably the difference maker. Chat, officially, I'm a bag hater. Ah, shit. My bad. My bag. Let me update YouTube chat. Oh wait, it didn't need updating. Holy shit. That's a first. Yeah, I think this is fair. I kind of... well, you know what? Fuck it. You know, let's pull it. Half the reason why I'm streaming this is because I don't want to just make these decisions by myself. Who's better? Fine on... Because I think Aglaia is better than both of them. I think that's pretty indisputable. I'll do this poll on YouTube chat. Why not? Thank you, Dabio Shen, for the follow. Is that 900? No. Two off. I think we're two off. Yeah. Yeah, thank you guys for fucking coming through today. Holy shit. This is my highest viewer count by like 60. Or combined with YouTube, it's my highest by like 300. So you guys like tier lists. I mean, hey, that's how my channel got started in the first place. So I guess I shouldn't be surprised. Thank you, Purple Work, for the follow. Now he comes back to us? Yeah, my bad. Hey, I felt bad. I felt bad for not including. Alright, let's see what the chat says. More people think they're harder than Finon, but it is kind of close. And then YouTube chat is like 50-50, basically. So, in conclusion, no one agrees, there's no majority, but I think it's a fair opinion to have, to put it like this. Okay, I'm fine with that. And then Feixiao, Silver Wolf above Ron May, I think makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Bronya does not go to meta. I think that's the argument Chad is having right now, is where Bronya goes. I think she deserves to be top of generally very strong. I think that's a good place for her. Yeah, I think before Finon, Pridewin has Jiaoshu above Bronya. I think that's very wrong. I think that's incredibly incorrect. Yeah, I think this is fair. I think they have Sparkle above Bronya, which, no. I put Ho-Ho above Acheron. I think one thing I am struggling with in this tier list is just how do I value the value of sustains, like the utility of sustains, because I'm inclined to agree, but I'm not sure. Because Ho-Ho has been getting better and better every patch. Dude, on my buff tier list, not buff tier list, my most recent video, someone said like, oh, Ho-Ho needs some love, she's so bad right now. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? What? Another poll? I don't want the polls to be a crutch. I'm not just gonna do a poll on fucking everything. Okay, I'm gonna end the YouTube poll. Finon 51% on YouTube. So again, very close. Fuck it, I'll do another poll. I said my reasoning and then I immediately backpedaled. Who is more useful for an account? That's a better way to phrase it. Acheron, Ho-Ho. Because, yeah, the problem with Acheron is just the reliance on vertical investment to compete. But she is pretty universal and she still performs well when she competes. Ho-Ho has the best utility out of any sustain, in my opinion, but is held back by SP usage. So, they both have their ups and downs. Oh, thank you, Schneider and Brown Sugar, for the follow. We are above 900. Wow! Thank you, guys. Or we're at 900. I think the follower goal is off. But we're there. True! Thank you, guys. Close to 1K. I need to do something at 1K. I'm not sure what, but I will do something. You can bet on it. True. Yeah, it's odd to compare account utility between a support sustain and a hypercarry DPS. Yeah, that's just a natural flaw with this list, and I agree. Okay, most people think Quovo. Okay, 95% think Quovo. Okay, cool. Cool. I'm glad I pulled it. 88% of YouTube chat thinks Quovo. Okay, fair enough. Now if we're thinking 95% of people think it's Ho-Ho's better, I think we can also do this, right? I think that's fair. Right? And do I have clearance for that? Now Ho-Ho versus Maide? Oh shit, are we just gonna... Is this just the move Ho-Ho up tier list? I think that's much closer. Well, Gallagher and Akron? I don't think it is. I think this is pretty fair. If we're doing one, I think the other one makes sense. This is turned into just let's poll chat 500 times. Hell yeah. Okay, who's better? Maide or Ho-Ho? I probably think Ho-Ho, honestly, now that I'm looking at the results, but you know what? I'll pull it. I'll fucking pull it. Don't think I won't. How long has Jim gone? 2 hours? Okay. That's actually a good length so far. Thank you, Ethan, for the follow. Also, join the Discord, guys. True. See, if you act cringe when you say it, then it's less cringe, right? And also, what's wrong with being cringe? True. Embrace your inner cringe. We're all playing a gacha game. All of us are cringe. Robin's still top 10? 100%. Here's my prediction, chat. I think Robin will still be top 10 a year from now. In fucking 4.5, 4.4, I think she'll still be top 10. I would be surprised otherwise. Bro's gonna jinx it? Okay, my bad. Okay, yeah, most people think Quovo's better than Maide. Okay. Is she better than Ranmei? Yeah, you know what? I'll just do this. Let me cut out the middleman. Let's not do 4 different polls. Let me just do that. Alright. So this is our top 23. Or 22. Yeah. Ho-Ho better than Civil Wolf? I think so. Where did the music go? Hello? Did my Spotify crash? Why? It got so quiet. Oh no, it's the really loud song that starts out super quiet. Okay. Dude, it got so quiet. I think my AC turned off at the same time. So it just got like dead silent. What the fuck? What song? Wait, I can skip to halfway through it. This one. Wige. Boot the boot hill? Oh, don't start a hashtag. Okay, you know what? Fuck it. I know this is a losing battle, but I want to at least illustrate it. Do we boot the boot hill? Okay, new poll. I know I'm gonna lose this, but fuck it. Oh wait, it's 50-50. Oh wait, shit. Wait, chat has my back? Wait, plot twist. Holy shit. I think, like, bias aside, I genuinely think he's on the cusp. I think it's fair to think he drops. I don't think he drops. That's where I'm at. Yeah, it's 50-50 on YouTube and Twitch. Oh, thank you for the 100 bits, Helios. If I remember correctly, you said that Archer was better than Saber. You know, so what we said with that was, I think the conclusion we made was Archer has higher highs, but Saber has better general utilities. I think, like, in MOC and APOC, I would generally expect Archer to perform better. But at a certain point, clears become acceptable, even if there is a difference between them, which then means the priority goes to overall account utility across the 3 game modes as the difference maker. No wins. Okay, brutal stays. True. So, like, at higher levels of play, if you just care about low cycle clearing and like getting a better score on APOC, then I think Archer is better. But if we're just talking about clearing and being able to do so easily at low cost and with general teammates, I think Saber's better. Hello, Sarah. How you doing? Why are we keeping Brujo up there? I think this is like, I wouldn't move him from here. Either here, oh wait, no. Shit. Here or above Bronya, like just in either tier, I think is perfect for him. Okay, well, we have a problem. YouTube chat says that we do boot the boot hill. Twitch chat says no. So I think we're at an impasse. Oh shit, we got High School Musical music on Twitch. I sang this at karaoke, dude. I popped the fuck off. YouTube chat is based. Well, I don't see you in it. Okay, so I think that's our top 22. Now we go into generally very strong, which I think, yeah. Again, I'm not sure how confident I am with placing Blade and Jingliu. I can see them like here, like a bit higher, like at the top here. I think this might be fair for them. I'm not sure though. This I'm You're in YouTube chat? No, I don't have anything in YouTube chat. I was talking to my mod who had something in favor of YouTube chat. Shirtak. I think that's how you say that. Thank you for the follow. Yunli lower than Rappa and Jade is the devil's work. Then Jade? Are we placing Rappa lower? Because people got mad when I put them lower at all. Again, I want to emphasize, this is not just based on the current rotation, because the current rotation has no imaginary weakness on either side. So right now, of course Rappa is worse than Yunli. Like, in this given rotation, this makes no sense. I'm just talking generally. Although, okay, my biggest problem with Yunli is similar to Finon, in that low cycle clearing is kind of hard because she's reliant on the enemy attacking you to do most of her damage, which is hard to rely on for zero cycling. But if we're looking at, like, if this new updated lens of that doesn't really matter, then maybe she should be higher. Like, I'm updating my criteria, and then I'm doing a bunch of movements because of that. But for account value, per se, yeah. Thank you, Zafe, for the follow. Jade above Break? Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But see, now that we're doing this, now there's even more of a gap between Rappa and Boot Hill, which I don't know if that's true. Shit. Move Bronya up to meta? I think Boot Hill being at the bottom of meta and Bronya being at the top of generally very strong is both very good. I wouldn't want to move that. Boot Hill and Rappa are not this far apart. See, the thing is with a tier list like this is that it's hard to parse how much of a gap there is between one unit and another. Like, for example, I think utility-wise, these top three are so much higher than the next top three. Like, I think that the gap between Robin and Castris is so much larger than Robin and Tribby. So even though there's like 5 characters in between Rappa and Boot Hill, I think in my head, all of them are pretty close, even if they are separated by a tier. So it looks a lot worse than it is. But like, I would say like the gap between Boot Hill and Rappa here is smaller than Robin and Castris in my head. Firefly ain't coming back? Yeah, wait, we probably should put Firefly above Jing Yuan. That's probably true. Above HMC. Above Ting Yun. True. She's not going into the meta tier, but I think she should be higher but lower than Rappa. Lingshaw up. I think Lingshaw is probably the unit that I'm most biased against. And I want to realize that. But I also don't want to place her higher. Like, I'll put her above Rappa, okay? Because she has uses outside of Break. Okay, true. Lingshaw is very overrated in my opinion. I think she's one of those units that people have very heated opinions about. So it's impossible to please everyone. But, like, with that, it's also impossible to please myself. So it's just, there's no happiness found. I put Blade above Bronya? I would say no to that. Like, my natural thought is supports, like, in case of a tie, supports win, basically. Like, it takes more to get Blade online compared to what Bronya does for a team, I would say. especially with the buffs. The buffs like gave Blade and Jingliu a higher ceiling, but their ceiling is much more restrictive with how you get there. But before Tribi, Blade teams were like pretty easy to build. But now you need like specific light cones and specific supports to like really get the most out of him. He can still do well without them, and that's why he's moved up like 20 spots. But yeah. Well, okay, what I'm saying is also true for a lot of these carries, like specifically Aglaya and Acheron, but I think it's not as bad. I mean, I don't know. Like Pridewind has Acheron and Blade in the same tier. Thank you, Mew Mew Bun, for the follow. It's not a 2-tier difference between the two. Between who? Oh, I was saying Youngli and Clara. We can make it a 1-tier difference. Youngli honestly is better than Acheron, but we're not ready for that conversation. I think all of the 2.x carries are really hard to judge. Because at this point, all of them have a lot of specialized utility, and all of them struggle to clear at the same height of the 3.x carries, but in their own different ways. I don't know. I can see that, but I disagree. I can see the argument that Youngli has a way better floor if the fight is good for her compared to Acheron at low investment. I can see that, but I don't think that changes where I placed him. My E5 Yanqing in Hell, and we can move him past Fire Trailblazer. Actually, I don't even believe in that. Let me immediately backtrack real quick. All right. The problem is, chat. I want this video that I'm making to be like 20 minutes long, and this is a 2-hour stream, and I feel like there's not a lot that we can cut out. I might have to be pretty liberal with how I cut stuff. I don't know. We'll see. Physical MC better? The only reason physical MC is in the bottom is because they are mutually exclusive with other MCs, which is negative utility that no other unit in this tier has. It's also why Preservation March should be here. True. Because, like, no other unit takes away a unit from your account when you use them. Like, it's impossible to use RMC and DMC together, which is funny. Physical MC with Super Break? I mean, you can say that about literally every carry in the game. Like, there's nothing special with DMC that I know of, at least. Please add a tier between blue and orange. No, it again goes to what I was saying, like, how it's hard to show the gap between characters. Like, I think there's a lot of units in this tier, but I don't think the gap between the top and the bottom is that large. Like, it's big, but I don't think it's that large. Have you heard of Break and Oxitech? I mean, I talked about it in my teammate tier list, but I'm not the biggest enjoyer of using non-break carries in Super Break, even though I know it works. I'm just not the biggest enjoyer of it. Thank you, Red Velvet, for the follow. And Penguin Bomberman, thank you for the follow. Okay, so where were we? I guess, yeah, we were in generally very strong. Thank you, Booper Boy, for the follow. I think probably the most contentious part of this tier list is this row. I think the meta and the top 10 are pretty solid, I would say. I think there's disagreements that you can have, but at least for the very specific criteria that I'm looking at right now, I think it's at least fair. Maybe there's like 1 or 2 units who don't deserve it, but I think it's generally fair. But this is just like, it gets super wishy-washy. It's like this entire thing is fields crafting, but I feel like this is just like where it gets to a whole another level. Pele should go above Jiaoshu bare minimum. Really? I don't. Really? No. No, I disagree. No. I still feel like JY Jinyuan is a bit too low. But I also feel like mini her is too low. Fuck. We're just moving HMC down. This is all we're doing. This is such a super big slander stream, huh? Yeah. Well, again, the problem is 3.x carries have had a new level of damage. And I think between them, they've all remained relatively consistent, and there's not much of a gap between each of them. But there hasn't been a super big carry that has profited off of that new level of power. Yet. So it's like, you know, it's not Break that's really being slandered, it's just 2.x carries. I think Fei Xiao is the exception. I think Acheron, you can argue, is still too high. Like this. No, I wouldn't say that. But like, they're all kind of in here. It's just that Break is also 2.x because that's when Super Break got introduced. So, yeah. Chat, at least follow-up attack is not getting cooked this time. But okay, the other reason is, the other reason they're dropping so low is because they were definitely too high in the last tier list. In the 3.0 and 3.2 tier list, I think Break was too high. So, they've fallen off, and I rated them too high, and I'm correcting for that. So it's a combination of that. Acheron could unironically go to the top of generally not very strong. Generally very strong, she's not that good. Here, I'll do this. I'll do this. I'm genuinely curious on what chat thinks about this. Who is stronger overall, Boothill or Acheron? 1 minute poll. I'm curious. I don't know what chat thinks about this. I'll do a YouTube poll. I see you, YouTube chat. Thank you for the record-breaking viewership. Holy shit. Fuck, I voted Acheron no. Oh wait, okay, we'll count it as there being 1 incorrect vote. Thank you, Froggy for the follow. Is this the way we boot Boohole? No. If Acheron wins this, we're not booting Boohole below. Okay, okay. Chat is generally in agreement that Acheron is better. That's what I thought. So hey, as long as we're not booting the Boothill, we're also not booting the Acheron. And, you know, you can decide for yourself how valid that is. As much as I love Boothill, I think Acheron stays above for being consistent in all game modes. Yeah, like, there's so much that you can give Acheron to make her compete with, like, most other carries, like, that are above her. The only weakness is that it's pretty specific to her in a lot of cases, and it's so much investment. But, like, even then, like, still to this day, there's good, like, sustainless, low-cost clues with her. But, again, I'm not rating sustainless that high in priority, but it still exists. Like, I've seen, like, 2-cost clears with Swarm for first half of MOC. But, Serval should be lower. Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna pull it, but chat, raise your hand if you've used Serval with the Herta in the last month. Either chat, I wanna see hands. Okay, we got like 5 people in Twitch chat. Okay, we got a good amount of people. Raise our hands, yeah. You heard me. Wait, let me update YouTube chat. Okay, so there are people. I'm not one of you, but I'm glad you exist. I think she's thoroughly worse than Mini Herta overall, but I think she still deserves to be up here. Should we do this? Nah. If proper Herta can't get consistent follow-up, Serval is much better. True, but like when a carry gets more and more outclassed, the use cases that you think of them in are the cases that they're the best at, which is pure fiction, which means Mini Herta is better. Like, because like in the last tier list, the Herta was number 1. She got booted down like fucking 9 slots. So it's like, we're not talking about using her in like dual target with Serval anymore. Like, you can, but it's much worse than in 3.0, just because of HP and inflation. Himiko should go lower because Super Break is worse now. I'm not only looking at her because of Super Break. Also just as a duo DPS with Mini Herta. But even then, well, it's that's another one that's hard to judge because I don't think fire weakness is on either pure fiction right now. Let's take a gander at home DG cat because I forget. Oh wait, my PC is dying. Shit, are we good? Oh wait, no, we're good. It's just low times. Argenti is fire weak? Is he? See, I don't know this because there's just no fire weak carries that I use right now. Yeah, you'll see it's cropped weirdly. Oh yeah, he is. But there's like 3 fire weak enemies in the entire thing. Like Himiko's not gonna have much of a field day there. How is Himiko better than Argenti? That's a good point. Yeah. How? And then someone else says, how is Argenti so high? If we look at the new criteria of why Yunli and Saber are rated higher than I initially thought they would, of just being able to clear well enough that you're able to get max rewards instead of like 40k in pure fiction, I think Argenti is better at that than Himiko. Fire weakness has been banned for the duration of Amphorius. That's true. The last fire character was Fugue, so I can see this. And then, yeah, true. I would drop Argenti and Himiko both, like drop a tier. I don't think they should drop a tier. I think they're pretty comfy at the bottom of this tier. I don't think they should drop. I'm so happy I'm doing this with you guys. Dude, if I did this by myself, you guys would hate what I would make. Holy shit. Also, I don't think I said thank you for Infected for the follow. I don't think I said thank you. My bad. Mose above them? See, this is what happens when I do the tier list this way, where carries and supports and sustains are together in one tier list, is that every niche just goes right next to each other. Because it's really hard to parse if the gap between March and Mose includes Argenti and Himiko in it. Like, that's super arbitrary. So I guess I put Fu above Luocha and Links below Dill. Links below Dill, I would say no to. But Fu above Luocha? The only reason Luocha is this high is because of his Castrus utility. Luocha is better with Castrus. Fushwan is better most other places that don't have tight SP. That's... So, I can honestly see Luocha being higher. Because I think I underestimated his Castrus performance a bit when I first did this tier list. But I'm not sure who he would go up to. Oh! Well, thank you, Lottery, for the follow, and thank you, Alexinator, for the 2 gift subs. Thank you so much. To Elliot? Oh no. For some reason, OBS like cuts off names, so I can only see like the 5th letter of everyone's name who got gifted a sub. But make sure to say thank you. And here's me saying thank you. Wow. Thank you. What was I saying? Yeah, okay. I don't think there's going to be that satisfying of a conclusion to generally very strong. I think it's going to be a mess. And I think this is probably the best mess it can be right now. The only people I'm really unconfident with is Blade and Jingliu, but I think it's still fair to put them here. And again, I want to emphasize there is a big gap between Broodhole and Rapid here, but I think the gap between these like 7 units is pretty small. I think these are like rather interchangeable between each other. And Sparkle is the cutoff. Jiaoshu below Black Swan? Well, the question is Jiaoshu below Dot, and I think so. I would say yes. I think Jiaoshu's kind of fallen off. What I said before about premium units having premium competition is very true with Jiaoshu, with the Cypher and Buff Silver Wolf introduction. He still can perform well where he should, but it's just a lot less worth it to use him, I would say, overall. I disagree with Yunli being that high next to Jiaoshu. Jingyuan. I think that's less about Yunli being too high. I think Jingyuan just might be a bit too low still. I can see like this. Put them kind of close together. Blade above Jingliu? You've said that multiple times in chat. He is above Jingliu. What are you asking for me to change? I thought you were agreeing with me, but you've said it multiple times, so I don't know if you're telling me to change something. Firefly below Mini Herda? See, sometimes someone says something in chat that I don't disagree with, and I kind of hate that I don't disagree with it. Like that sounds so wrong. But Firefly's not below Mini Herder. Fuck it, chat. Let's pull it. My favorite pastime. Let's pull it. I think we are going to be wrapping this up pretty soon. I think we've done most of the talking I want to do. But there's some other stuff to parse through. Oh wait. Who? Mini Herder. FF. 1 minute poll. I'll do it on YouTube. Oh wait, I didn't close the last poll. Shit. Okay, well, good to know Acheron won both of the polls. What happened to Firefly, man? I felt so bad when I got Buto over her. I thought my account was cooked. What changed? It's kind of... Okay, there's 1,000 answers to that. My reading of it is kind of like with Finon, she's just really hard to optimize. So, like, her damage is just what her damage is per cycle, and it's hard to really get more out of her. Like, there's just not much that you can do to like, improve her past when Few came out. Where I think Boodle has a higher ceiling with what you can do with them. And also, Hunt is just easier to get more out of, I would say. Firefly is winning? Okay, it is kind of close, though. It is relatively close, but Firefly is winning. Alright, that's fair. Yeah. Alright. Yummy is way, way too high. Really? She used to be in the meta tier in 3.0, I'll have you know. She was my #1 destruction unit in my... Oh, no, Firefly was. In my tier list back in the day. 10 yen above Firefly? Sure. No. Actually, sure. Actually, sure. Okay, Unk. How did both of my... Two mods said okay, Unk at the exact same time. I don't think that was planned. I'm gonna think that wasn't planned. That Swiss Army knife has rusted and crumbled? True. Definitely. But it's crumbled from her being here to here. Like, it already crumbled. I'm not putting it lower. Tingyun is still the best DD procer in the game. I mean, if she self-ults, yeah. Otherwise, I would say probably Triby is better now. Or, well, the real answer is HMC, but that's not a real answer. Yeah. So I mean, if he's doing well with new supports. That's true. But it's more of, like, side grades. Like, I wouldn't say Cypher is a best in slot. She's just a good side grade. We love HMC in his household. True. Alright, I think these top 3 tiers are good. Do we just want to quickly look through the bottom 4 of people you probably aren't using? I already moved up Hanya because of Archer. I don't think I'm moving her up much more. I can do like this. Like, I think... Like, I don't know. She's Serval in my mind. Who the fuck is thinking of using fast Triby? It's not that uncommon. Eagle set Triby? I've seen it used. Lynx over Hanya? Honestly, yeah, I think Lynx is too low. True. Clara getting played? She's not going above Sealay. I can see... I think this makes sense. That looks a lot better than what we had before. Yeah. And then awkward but usable? Okay, chat, you're gonna have to inform me on this. Is there that much of a gap between Xingchui and Shui? I think there is, but I don't know if there's an entire tier between them. Ratio so low? It's just a consequence of moving a bunch of people above him. It's not that I think he got that much worse. It's just that I think more people are above him. Below Sealay? Yeah, I would say. Yeah. Yeah. Fuck it! We pull it, chat. Woo! I love being able to defer blame and put it to chat instead. Who? Ratio Sealay. Probably last poll of today, I would say. I don't see anyone else being polled. Also, I have to end the poll on YouTube. Why can't you time polls on YouTube? Like, at this level of investment, it's a bit apples to oranges, but I think Sealay just has a much higher ceiling than Ratio. Ratio like needs high investment to do anything basically at this point. Whereas Sealay is like it's like that. Oh wow, people really think ratio. Okay, you know what? Fine. Dill's a bit low. Fine, we can put Dill. Eh. Am I just putting everyone back to close to competence? I think like all of these carries are like the same for me. Besides Sealay, but Chad disagrees. So I feel like they should all be in close to competence or all awkward but usable. Dill is definitely awkward to usable. I'm not talking about playstyle, I'm just talking about strength. Dill should be higher? I disagree. Yeah. Put Dill lower? I'm seeing Dill too low, Dill too high. I'm gonna put him right here and satisfy no one. Sheesh! Thank you, Chory Sky, for the follow. Because I think, like, I don't know. If we're looking at this as, like, low-cost Dill, then he doesn't really do anything well. Like, E2, like, if we're saying E2 Dill as, like, the whole thing that we said earlier of we're looking at vertical investment but not weighing it heavily, I think E2 Dill is good enough to still weigh it a little bit. E2 Dill is, like, Jinyuan level. Or, like, below, but still, like, on that level. Every DPS can clear with wheelchair comp? True! True! Also, thank you, Niu, for the follow. E0 Dill is unplayable? I wouldn't say it's that. But I think he's here. I think all of these guys are here. That's my thought. I like this. That's my thought. Yeah. Dill's better than Jingchui? Is that true? Yeah. Like, yeah, Dill is definitely awkward, but not in the sense of strength. I guess it's just the list. That tier is just named weirdly. Like, it's not awkward. Like, we can say, like, weak but usable. I'd say that's probably a better name. Yeah. Like, I wouldn't say Jingchui or Clara are weak yet, but they're also not strong. This is the in-between tier. I think that's fair. Yeah, I don't think anyone else here has gotten, like, new uses or anything. I think it's the best you can get. Alright, I think this is where we're ending the tier list. For now. But, okay, so this is probably the end of the video, so say bye YouTube. Say bye YouTube. Oh my god, bye YouTube. See you guys with the 3.5 coverage. True! But this is not the end of the stream. I do want to, oh wait, I'll have you guys on the YouTube yet. Bye YouTube. Let me update YouTube chat as well. I do want to place Hysolins and Sarydra. This isn't going in the video, but I do want to at least place them. And then also move Dot. Well, okay. I'm not going to move everyone that's affected by Sarydra and Hysolins. Like, I'm not going to move Dot up. I'm not going to move Finon up, even though I would. I just want to see, in isolation, where do we put Sarydra and Hysolins? I think they're both meta tier. I think they're both, like, low meta tier. I think right now, Sarydra is, like, here, and Hysolins is, like, here. Or, like, here. And then, like, Kafka and Black Swan, like, meet her here. Sarydra good with who, besides Finon? It's just Anoxa, and then can work with Archer. And then people say Saber, and I disagree, but you can. And same with the Herda. I've seen people call her the Jiaoshu of Harmony units, which I think is really funny. And I don't necessarily disagree, but I think she is much better than Jiaoshu. Oh yeah, Sarydra Sealay, true! I don't think Black Swan goes up a tier after Hysolins. If anything, she goes down because she isn't better than a Harmony. I will refrain from saying anything until the beta's over. How about that? If Sarydra didn't reset Herda interpretation stacks, I'd pull so fast. Dude, if that's how that worked, That it would make no sense for it to work like that, but I do wish it worked like that because that would be really cool. Yeah, I think these are like about where they are. They both need buffs to be like new unit tier. I would think. Siraja plus Dill equals meta? No, because Dill uses basic attack damage and Siraja buffs skill damage. So they are not good together. I actually don't even know if they can proc double enhanced basic. I don't think that's how Dill works. I haven't seen it. So I don't think that's how that works. Same with I've seen people talk about Boot Hill. That's not how that works. Yeah, I can't think of anyone else who like uses their skill to use their basic. Where did Maide go? Oh shit. Wait, my bad. Shit. Oh shit. Okay, yeah, we're good. Is this where he was? Chat, be honest, is this where he was? Everyone's freaking out. I thought people were all saying Maide was too low. He was above Gal? Okay, this is the tier list, guys. Let me switch screens. He was above? Okay, I'm getting mixed messages. I'm gonna have to just review the VOD. He was next to Castrus. Yeah, he's actually here. No. I'm gonna have to switch screens. Let's take a tour together, chat. Which screen is the good one to use? My OBS is incredibly unorganized. No, not that one. Fuck it, I'll just mess this one up. Give me a second, chat. Give me un second. Transform. 0, 0. And then we do this. Okay, now we can do this stuff. Alright, let's do Scrandle. True, we're gonna rate food. I'm gonna go fast on this. My bet with Ark is that I have to get a perfect run, and then I'll get 5 gifted subs. I did really bad yesterday. Let's go fast. Easy. Oh wait, we're predicting? Okay, wait, I'll click off for a little bit while the prediction goes. Wait, okay. I can have the tier list on screen for a little bit longer. If you don't know, for the many new people who are here today, we do global at the end of every stream, but I'm also doing Scrandle as a limited stint. That's the word, right? Stint, yeah. Which is I have to rate 2 foods against each other. Yeah, next stream is tomorrow. It should be a pretty short stream. But I'm covering 3.5 v3 tomorrow at 7. So be there, 7 PST. So be there if you want to see that. Sure. Okay, yeah, okay, it's over. Thank you, Novico, for the follow. Alright, where is it? Okay, easy. Oh, wait. It's cut off on OBS. Shit, fuck. Okay, there we go. Easy. Thank you, Random, for the follow. We go fast with this. 4-0. Easy. Oh, wait, that looks so fucking good. Holy shit. Dude, okay. It's handing it out. Ooh, I'm gonna say this because it costs less. Ooh, easy. That looks good. 19%. Oh. Fuck. Okay, damn it, dude. I was actually doing well. Oh, fuck. What's the bet? I think the bet is 7 out of 10, right? I'm getting that. I'm getting that for sure. Fuck. Okay, I got 8 out of 10. Okay. Not bad. Let me load up global. Now for the main event, let me yeah, this is what we wanted last time. Alright, we do 3 rounds of global to end stream. Wait, where did my background go? Oh, it's just this is the entire screen. Oops, there we go. Yeah, we'll see if I can turn that into a YouTube video. I might just turn it into a script instead. I'm not sure. It would be a lot less work if I turned it into a stream highlight instead. But we'll see. Either way, the tier list video should be out like Friday, I would assume, or like Saturday. I might be really busy this week. Okay, is prediction over? I can't tell on OBS. Oh, it just started. Okay. So you bet. If you don't know what global is, I have to guess a country within 7 guesses. Or well, the bet that we do is that I do it in under 8, so within 7 guesses. I do 3 rounds of it. If you want to get an account review, it's 25k channel points on Twitch, and this is basically the only bet that we do. So if you want to bet your channel points to get that, then yeah, all in on believing in me. I appreciate it. All right, yeah, thank you guys for the insane viewership today. Holy shit, that was by far my peak. I think the one I did 2 months ago, I had like 30 average viewers, so crazy. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. All right, predictions done. Let's not go turkey. Let's change it up a little bit. Let's do car. Okay, my bad. 6,900. Okay. Bag has peaked. Well, the peak is today, so it's not like I'm going downhill. Okay, I'm closing OBS. Not looking at other people guesses. I don't think it's Brazil. It's too far away to be Brazil. It could be Mexico. Let's do Belize. Oh my fucking god. Okay, it's a good day today, chat. It's a good day today. All right, let's go. Let's go. Okay, I'm the global god. All right. I can end the prediction. All right, round 2. We'll do a 30-second prediction. Get it in fast. 30 seconds. The rainbow of global. Well, isn't that kind of the same thing? All right, never mind. Also, if I stream enough, I might be able to get partner on Twitch soon. I have the average viewership amount for it. I just need to stream more hours. So I might be streaming more often just to get over that. We'll see. We will see. Because I think it's pretty strict. So I don't know really how it's going to go, but you guys have been awesome lately, so it's a possibility. I didn't think it would be even a possibility for another like 5 months, but you guys have been insane, so thank you. You better stream more. Well, I'm streaming tomorrow, so that's a start. All right, you know what? Why don't we start with Belize? True. Ooh, not a bad guess. 320? Alright, I can see it being Haiti. Did we go up or down? Maybe it's just the US. It's not Mexico. Honestly, it could be the US. Like from here to Florida? Yeah, let's do the US. Oh, dude, imagine if I got it in 2 twice. Okay, but it is like close to both of them, so it might just be it. It might just be Cuba. Well, no, I don't think... Is this 300? Yeah. Ooh, in 3! In 3! Wait, I'm crazy! I'm crazy today! Holy shit! Okay. Easy! Alright, I'll do the last one. Thank you, Riku, for the follow. Oh yeah, also, oh wait, what? Why is Automod not allowing you to say best streamer? The hell? You could say best streamer. Why did that get blocked? What did I do? Yeah, I don't know. Automod hates bad. Well, it's not even me. It's 2x Dodo. That's who it hates. Alright, prediction? Let's go. Can I go 3 for 3 today? Let's go Laos. I'm feeling Laos. 5,000? Okay. Oh, damn. It might actually be Turkey. If it's Turkey, I'm gonna be so sad. Let's go Seychelles. No, that's not 5,000. Let's go Yemen. Fuck it. Ooh, not bad. Not bad, okay. Is it... Okay. The question is it in between them, or is it just more left? I don't know. I'm guessing it's more left. It could be, like, down here. Let's try Mozambique. Oh, no, it's not. Fuck, okay. So it's Yemen, then Mozambique, then Laos. Okay, so it's like... It might be up here? Uh, if it's up here, I need multiple guesses to get that because I'm really bad at this area. Let's say Poland. Okay, that was not a bad guess. We have 3 guesses left. 345. Okay. I really have nothing to go off of. Like, it just took me enough guesses to get in this area. It's hard to say from here on. Let's go... Do we just go, like, Kosovo? 345 miles. I'm kind of down for Greece. Cooler. Okay, so it's not Turkey. Thank God. Okay, I have 2 guesses. This is not looking good, chat. This is not looking good. I don't think I've done any bad guesses. I think I've just gotten unlucky. Not to defer blame before it's even over. So what's the order? It's Norway, Sweden, Finland, right? This is Finland. I don't remember which country is which here. It's not... It might be Lithuania. Or Estonia. Wait, which one's the top one? That's Lithuania, right? Yeah. Shit. I'd say it's either like this or this. Maybe it's like Russia. Oh no, if it was Russia, then Laos would be a lot closer. Let's go Sweden. I'm saying Sweden. Come on. Yeah, let's go Sweden. Okay, we have 1 guess. It's gonna be a shot in the dark. So it's not closer here. It's not anywhere here. It's like here. Where? Oh, maybe it's here. Maybe it's just like France. Because it's not up or down. It's not Russia. It could be like Romania or something. Moldova. I'm thinking it's like France. Yeah, this is just a guess. Like, I don't have enough info to make a confident guess. It could be France. What's the diameter of Germany? Is it 345 miles? Who knows? Maybe it's Italy. It could be France, could be Italy, could be Switzerland. It's Sweden is closer than Greece, so it's not Italy, no. Yeah, I think it's just France. I think France is the guess. Or it could be like Luxembourg. No. Yeah, let's just do France. Alright, chat, is it France? Fuck. 95. Okay, is it Luxembourg? It's not any of the bordering ones. Is it Luxembourg? No. What is it? Shit. Oh, is it? It might actually be Switzerland. Adjacent? What is it? Oh, it's fucking Austria. No, oh no, not Australia. Fuck. Wait. What is it? Is it Hungary? No, because that's too close to Poland, right? Okay, well, I was not getting this in 8. Fuck, wait, what is it? Am I stupid? I mean, I don't really care past 7, but I want to know. I don't want to click reveal. Slovakia. No, it's a Czechia. Fuck it. Okay, what is it? Liechtenstein. Wait, Liechtenstein. Oh, I thought Liechtenstein was next to Luxembourg. I thought it was in here. Wait. Oh, okay. Fuck. Okay. The more you know. I did not know it bordered Switzerland like this. I did not know that. Okay. Wait, what's this country? I thought a lot of this was Liechtenstein. Belgium. That's what it is. Belgium. Okay, I forgot Belgium was a country. My bad. Okay. Well, not the best end of stream, but I did get it in 2 and then in 3, so you can't be too mad at me. All right, thank you everyone for showing up today. I got like 100 followers, 90-ish followers. Shit, guys, thank you. Thank you again to Helios for the gift subs. I got some other gift subs from other cool people. I can scroll down to see who. Alex Nader Prime subbed. It's not telling me who. Hey, Alex Nader gave some gift subs. Yeah. W community. Thank you guys for showing up today. We'll be streaming in about. Oh, thank you, thank you, Mertrade for the follow. I should be alive in about 25 hours from now. 26 hours from now. I'll be live. So don't miss me for too long, guys. Also, yeah, join the Discord. True. Join the Discord. True. Thank you, Wannabe, for the follow as well. All right, I'll see you guys later. Look out for the video off of this stream, maybe in the next week, I would say. Goodbye.